tools. So you can measure generic geometry like lines, arcs, circles, free-form curves like a tub deck or a complex sink, or if somebody has to measure a soffit and follow it with cabinets and countertops down below in a restaurant or something like that, that's very good. This is a simple rectangle command, not much used in this area. And this is the key, the countertop button, okay? So that's what I'm going to use to measure here. But I want to explain something about what it's doing. This is our settings box, okay? And so this is going to aid in the design of the countertop itself. So I'm always measuring cabinet edges. So like in this case, it's a remodel. So I'm going to measure cabinet face, I'm going to measure walls. These are markers that I use with this L bracket to position them so that I'm measuring right to that edge, okay? So I'm never measuring the existing countertop. So once we measure the perimeter, it will automatically add overhang.
You're saying you're measuring to that L point in the cabinet.
Correct.
Instead of the edge of the countertops because they're existing.
Correct. Okay. Correct. Yep. So it will add outside radius values, inside radiuses. It can add backsplashes. You can tell it how high. If you want the backsplash oversized to cut up the job site. How you want it to dimension the drawing. If you want to color code your different feature types, like front edges versus walls, etc. So you can also define multiple sets of these. So if a contractor works with multiple, or a fabricator works with multiple contractors, different contractors may have different requirements. Okay. So that way he can just store them and say, oh, today I'm working with contractor A or contractor B. Or it might be, if I'm going to be using no splash, well, I want to have the back wall scribed instead of straight because I'm not going to have anything covering that gap. So all those are features that you can add to it automatically. Okay. So let's say okay with that. And so I've taken 2 points earlier, just a couple points here and here. That kind of orients the laser to the space. Okay, so that becomes my front edge. And now I'm just going to tell it that I want to measure a countertop. And this is a remote that takes data points. So I'm going to go ahead here and measure the top going from and go around in a clockwise manner.
That's point 1, correct?
Correct. I'll come over here. So the points come on the screen as we measure. I'm going to come over here onto this marker here. On these markers, and so right here I'm using, besides gross movement with my hands, I can also use, there's some fine adjust knobs right here that I can use for micro moving.
So you're hitting the front edge of that L and the back edge?
I hit right on that face.
Okay, just.
And I'll show you how that works afterwards, how I use that gauge to make that positionally accurate. And then over here, just so, because I don't want that much reflection, I'm actually going to come down here. If you do have reflection like that, you can also mask it with painter's tape.
Okay.
That'll absorb that kind of reflection. So I've done 2 points per edge, including 2 along these little sections. And now when I do the wall, I'm going to do 3 or more points. Per wall. And again, my height doesn't matter because it's going to project everything down to a single plane. Over here, I'm going to go into the grout areas because I don't want to go into glass because the beam will go through it. So